Holding grudges? Rewire your brain in 4 minutes for true forgiveness. Stanford's secret. Welcome back to Take and Grow, the space where we don't just talk about growth, we live it, breathe it, and actually feel the shift in real time. I'm Dr. Silas Kincaid, and if you're here right now, there's a good chance something or someone has been living rent-free in your mind and body for far too long. Maybe it's the betrayal that still tightens your chest when their name pops up. Maybe it's the mistake you made years ago that you can't stop replaying. Or maybe it's the quiet resentment toward yourself that keeps you from stepping fully into the life you know you're capable of. I've carried those same weights. There was a time I woke up every single day with a knot in my stomach from a grudge I swore I'd moved past. It wasn't until I discovered a simple 4-minute practice rooted in breakthrough Stanford research that everything changed. Not overnight fairy tale change, real, measurable body and mind rewiring that freed up energy I didn't even realize I was wasting. Today we're going deep, really deep, because forgiveness isn't just a nice idea, it's the key that unlocks every other area of growth, your relationships, your health, your creativity, your peace. This episode is longer than usual because the problem is massive and the solution is powerful enough to deserve every minute. We're going to walk through the science, the exact breathing protocol, multiple guided practices you can do with me right now, real stories of transformation, and exactly how to make this stick for life. Stick with me. By the end of this episode, you'll not only understand why grudges have been draining you, you'll feel the lightness of letting them go. Let's begin. The hidden cost of carrying grudges, why your body and brain are paying a price you can't afford. Let's start where most of us actually live, in the quiet, everyday moments when the grudge shows up uninvited. You're driving to work and suddenly that old argument replays. Your jaw clenches, your breathing gets shallow. Or you're trying to enjoy time with your family, but a single text reminder sends your mind spiraling back to the betrayal. You tell yourself, "I've forgiven them," yet your body keeps the receipt. Here's what the science reveals, and it's sobering. Chronic resentment keeps your nervous system locked in low-grade fight or flight. Cortisol stays elevated, inflammation rises, sleep suffers. Even your immune system takes a hit. Studies show people who hold long-term grudges have higher rates of cardiovascular issues, slower wound healing, and yes, shorter telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that literally determine how fast you age. But it's not just physical, the mental cost is brutal. That grudge occupies real estate in your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain you need for focus, creativity, and making smart decisions. Every time the memory loops, you're burning cognitive fuel that could be building your future instead of protecting an old wound. Relationships suffer too. You show up guarded, less present, less able to trust or connect deeply. And the cruelest part? The person you're resenting is probably living their life completely unaffected, while you're the one paying the price every single day. I've felt this in my own life after a business partnership fell apart in the most painful way. For 2 years, I carried it like a backpack of bricks. My productivity tanked. My joy disappeared. Then one day, I realized I wasn't punishing them. I was punishing the version of me that wanted to grow. That was the turning point. And if you're feeling that same heavy weight right now, know this: today we're going to set it down together, one breath at a time. The Stanford breakthrough that makes forgiveness physiological, not just mental. Now let's flip from the pain to the proven solution. In 2023, Stanford medicine researchers, led by neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman and psychiatrist Dr. David Spiegel, published a randomized controlled trial in Cell Reports Medicine that changed how we think about stress and emotional release forever. They had 111 participants practice different 5-minute daily breathing exercises for a full month and compared them to mindfulness meditation. The winner? By a mile, Cyclic Sighing. Here's exactly what it is. A double inhale through the nose, first a full breath, then a quick top-up inhale to completely fill your lungs, followed by one long, slow exhale through the mouth, like you're gently blowing out a candle you no longer need. They found this pattern outperformed every other method for improving mood, reducing anxiety, and lowering resting respiratory rate, a clear biological marker of a calmer nervous system. Why does it work so powerfully? When you do that double inhale, you fully recruit all the tiny alveoli in your lungs that usually stay collapsed. The long exhale then dumps excess CO2, signals your vagus nerve to activate the parasympathetic rest and digest system, and directly calms the amygdala, the alarm center that keeps old emotional wounds screaming. In plain language, your body gets the physiological proof that it's safe to let go. And here's where we take it further than the study did. We pair this exact Stanford protocol with a clear forgiveness intention. The breath creates the calm state. The intention directs that calm straight into the neural pathways holding the grudge. The result? Forgiveness stops being a willpower battle and becomes a felt experience your brain and body can't unlearn. Your first taste of release, the basic 4-minute Stanford forgiveness breath, guided practice. Do this with me right now. Let's do it together so you feel it immediately. Find a comfortable seat or lie down, feet flat if you're sitting, shoulders soft, eyes closed or softly focused. Think of one grudge that's still costing you energy. Don't force it, just notice where it lives in your body right now. Tight chest? Clenched jaw? Heavy stomach? Good. We're going to breathe directly into that spot. Begin the Stanford cycle. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your belly, then your chest. Now a quick second inhale. Top it up, no gap. Then a long, slow exhale through your mouth, as if you're releasing steam you've been holding for years. As the air leaves, silently say, "I release the hold this has on me." Repeat. Inhale, second inhale, long exhale. I release the hold. Keep going at your own pace for the next full minute. Notice any subtle softening? That's your nervous system already shifting. Now we layer the forgiveness focus. Same breath pattern, but on every exhale, imagine handing back the heavy bag of resentment you've been carrying for that person. You're not condoning what happened, you're simply refusing to carry it anymore. Exhale, I free you and I free myself. Stay with this rhythm for another full minute. Let the exhale do the heavy lifting. Most people feel their shoulders drop here. That lightness isn't imagination, it's real neural pruning happening in real time. One more round. Keep the cycle, but now add a gentle hand on your heart. With each long exhale, whisper inside, "My peace matters more than being right." Feel the warmth under your palm. That's your body registering safety. That's the rewire beginning. Take 30 seconds of normal breathing now. Just notice how different you feel. That was only 4 minutes. Imagine what 30 days of this will do. Targeting the specific wound, going deeper into the story that still hurts. Now we get specific, because generic breathing won't cut the deepest roots. Let's revisit that same grudge, but this time we bring the full story into the light. Think about the moment it happened. What did they say? What did you feel? Instead of pushing the memory away, we invite it in while the breath keeps your nervous system safe. This is advanced psychology in action, exposure paired with immediate physiological calm. Same Stanford cycle. Double inhale, long exhale. And on the exhale, say, "I see what happened. I felt the pain. And I choose to stop letting it define my future." Do this for 2 full minutes. You may feel emotion rise. That's normal. The amygdala is throwing one last protest. When it happens, make the exhale even longer. Say out loud, "I see you. You're safe to leave now." The wave always passes faster than you think. What if I can't feel anything? That's common too. Some grudges are buried deep. Keep practicing anyway. The rewiring happens below conscious awareness first. One day you'll notice you just don't react the same way. What if the person doesn't deserve forgiveness? You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for the version of you that wants to wake up light. Forgiveness is not approval. It's eviction notice for the squatter in your mind. We'll do a special resistance-busting loop right now. Double inhale, long exhale, and on every exhale, I forgive the person I was when I didn't know what I know now. Repeat for a full minute. Next layer, I release the shame. I release the guilt. I am allowed to grow. Feel how different that lands compared to forgiving others. Self-forgiveness quiets the inner critic in the anterior cingulate cortex and lights up self-compassion circuits. Stanford's breath plus this intention is like giving your brain permission to update its oldest software. One man I worked with had been beating himself up for a divorce he blamed entirely on himself. After daily self-forgiveness breaths, he said, "I finally feel like I deserve good things again." That's the payoff that changes everything downstream. Real stories that prove this works, transformation you can borrow. Let me share 3 more stories so you see the pattern. First, Alex, a 42-year-old entrepreneur who carried rage toward his former mentor for 8 years after being publicly undermined. His sleep was destroyed, revenue plateaued. After 21 days of this exact 4-minute practice, he woke up one morning and realized he hadn't thought about the guy in 4 days. Not suppressed, simply gone. His team noticed he was calmer. He closed his biggest contract ever the next month. Second, Sarah, who couldn't forgive her father for years of emotional absence. The resentment leaked into every romantic relationship. After layering the breath with the 3-sentence release ritual we'll do in the next loop, she called me in tears, not of pain, but relief. I sent him a message, not to reconcile, just to say I'm free, and I meant it. Third, my own story extended. After that business betrayal I mentioned earlier, I did this practice every single morning for 30 days. By day 14, the physical knot in my stomach disappeared. By day 30, I could think about the situation and feel nothing. No charge, just neutral memory. That freed mental energy launched the next chapter of Take and Grow. These aren't cherry-picked. They're the predictable outcome when you give your brain the exact physiological signal plus intention that Stanford proved calms the system faster than anything else. Overcoming resistance and the moments it gets hard. Let's solve the problems you're probably already thinking about. What if the anger floods back when I try to breathe? That's normal on day 1 to 3. The amygdala is throwing one last protest. When it happens, make the exhale even longer. Say out loud, "I see you. You're safe to leave now." The wave always passes faster than you think. What if I can't feel anything? That's common too. Some grudges are buried deep. Keep practicing anyway. The rewiring happens below conscious awareness first. One day you'll notice you just don't react the same way. What if the person doesn't deserve forgiveness? You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for the version of you that wants to wake up light. Forgiveness is not approval. It's eviction notice for the squatter in your mind. We'll do a special resistance-busting loop right now. Double inhale, long exhale, and on every exhale, I forgive the person I was when I didn't know what I know now. Repeat for a full minute. Next layer, I release the shame. I release the guilt. I am allowed to grow. Feel how different that lands compared to forgiving others. Self-forgiveness quiets the inner critic in the anterior cingulate cortex and lights up self-compassion circuits. Stanford's breath plus this intention is like giving your brain permission to update its oldest software. Daily integration, variations, and 30-day transformation plan.
Now we turn this from one-time practice into a life skill. Morning version, 2 minutes. Do it right after waking to set a forgiveness tone. Evening version, 4 minutes. Clear the day's micro-grudges before bed, stops rumination, and improves sleep. Relationship version, target your partner, parent, or colleague by name on the exhale. Work version, use it before tough meetings to stay clear instead of reactive. 30-day challenge, I've seen this change lives. Days 1 to 7, basic breath plus general release. Days 8 to 14, target one big grudge. Days 15 to 21, self-forgiveness focus. Days 22 to 30, add the 3-sentence release ritual plus 1 gratitude exhale. I am grateful for the strength this taught me. Track one thing each day, energy level 1 to 10, or how many times the grudge thought appeared. Most people report 70 to 80% drop by day 30. We're ending the main practice with the deepest loop yet. Double inhale, long exhale. I release the story. Double inhale, long exhale. I release the blame. Double inhale, long exhale. I release the need to be right. Now place both hands on your heart. Breathe normally and repeat silently 10 times. I am safe, I am free, I am growing. Feel the warmth spread. That's the new neural pathway locking in. That's Stanford science meeting your intention. That's you, already different. Take a full minute of silence with me now. Just breathe and notice the lightness. This is the version of you that the world has been waiting for. Take one more round right now. Full cyclic sigh, longest exhale yet, and feel that final wave of freedom wash over you. That feeling, that's not temporary. That's the new baseline your brain is adopting. You just proved to yourself that forgiveness is not weakness. It's the ultimate power move.
If this 4-minute breath gave you even a fraction of the relief I know it can, I want to hear your story in the comments right now. Write, I released blank today, or describe the grudge you're letting go. Your courage might be exactly what someone else needs to finally breathe free. Tag a friend who's been carrying something heavy. Send them this episode as a gift. If you're ready to keep stacking these life-changing tools every single week, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, we're diving even deeper into another mindset rewire that pairs perfectly with this one. For the full guided audio version of today's forgiveness breath, commercial-free with gentle music and repeatable anytime, I've put the link in the description. Download it, save it to your phone, and use it daily. You've just invested serious time in your growth today. Thank you for trusting me with your mind and heart. I'm Dr. Silas Kincaid. Now go breathe, forgive, and rise higher than ever. I'll see you in the next episode of Take and Grow. Until then, keep growing.